If you don't already know, Gran Turismo 7 has sport mode events that pay an absolute fortune for some below average performance in their online GTWS and other event series, such as the Toyota Cup. These can be found upon entering sport mode, and at the bottom, you will see the championship races. As you can see, I'm set to make bank at the end of the series, with these amounts on screen being my provisional reward once the end of the season comes around. This feature was only added to the game a few updates ago, so many of you may not even be aware of this still. And this isn't just for those looking to make a ton of credits, it's also for those who feel the sport mode in GT7 is a bit underwhelming, with only 3 daily races to choose from each week. This is something you may also want to consider. With these championship races currently running weekly, alternating each week between Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup, this is a great way to spice up your online experience in Gran Turismo 7. Often with Nations Cup giving us some different types of cars to race, like the Red Bull car or some type of road car, which we don't usually see in daily races, leading to some different and interesting combos compared to what we are used to seeing. Then you have Manufacturers Cup, where you choose a manufacturer and stick with it for the season. This leans more into Group 3, Group 4 type races, more typical to the daily races that we do get. But more often than not, these races will involve some sort of strategy, huge lengths depending on which league you're in. In GT1, for instance, last week's race went for an hour and a half. You get weather, time progression, heavy damage, also depending on your league, and more, including tuning options, etc, etc. So as you can see, these races can be a great addition to the week if you've been getting bored with doing the same old dailies all week. I've also found the racing to generally be much cleaner in these races, although of course things still happen. And don't worry, you don't have to stress about being good enough, because depending on your driver level, you'll be placed in a league that suits that. But then again, if you are good enough, you can even make it to the World Finals and become a World Tour driver, so there's also that. It's set at a certain time on Saturdays, and depending on the league you're in, you will have anywhere from 3 to 10 chances to do your best for each given race. You also get paid for the races as you do them, similar to the credits you get from doing daily races. But the big thing here is based on where you are sitting at the end of the season, which gives you a more than reasonable payout, in my opinion, for your troubles. On my account, for instance, I have not scored all that many points, but somehow I'm in the top 5 for the region with a provisional payout of a whopping 9 million credits, and this is just for Nations Cup. If we head over to Manufacturers Cup, I'm doing even worse over here, but I'm still set to inherit a sizable 4.275 million credits for a provisional grand total of 13.275 million credits, which is absolutely bonkers for races I would have been doing anyway. So thank you, PD. I also have a friend, Randy, who is a lower rated driver, and he's only done 1 race in Manufacturers Cup. Because he's in a lower league, the races are much shorter. If I recall correctly, this race went for about half an hour. It placed absolutely terribly. You can see this is GT2 league, and I'm currently 1265th in the region, and yet I'm set to inherit a sizable 770,000 credits at the end of the season, even if Randy doesn't do any more races. So making your return on investment for your time pretty well worth it, even compared to some of the offline money grind type races such as Le Mans and Tokyo, etc. I've been doing these races since I was a D-rated driver, and absolutely love the challenge that it brings of driving like different combinations than I would sometimes be comfortable with, and embracing the challenges such as driving more road cars, driving in the wet, and the endurance races with heavy damage. I feel like these have ultimately led me to be a more well-rounded driver, but most of all, have had a lot of fun learning and having great racing experiences. There's 2 rounds left for each championship at the time of recording, so go have some fun and earn a whole lot of credits while doing so. If you're already in the championships, let me know how much you're set to make at the end of the season. Also, before you leave, if this video was of any value to you, or you even just enjoyed it, consider dropping a like on it and subscribe to the channel. It is much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.